Kyle here from All Media Reviews. Here to try starting a new series. I mean, like I mentioned in the last video, the vinyl records A to Z. And I'll just get off the bat a couple things about it. There's definitely like 12-inch singles mixed in. I'm not doing the 10-inch stuff with this, but I'm starting it today. And there's like 700 some records, so it's gonna probably be, I don't know, the videos will either go pretty long or there'll be a lot of videos. It could be going on for a couple months. And I'm not sure if I do find all my CDs, and I've been finding a lot. The stack of booklets that I've got here is dwindling a little bit. I may end up sort of doing it simultaneously, I'm not sure, with the Albums of the Year thing, because I'm interested to start that. So anyway, what I'm doing first, though, I'm not starting A to Z first off the bat. I'm just doing the stuff that I isolated. They're sort of like favorite, special, isolated records. I'm doing these in order alphabetically, but some of them are bigger pieces that don't fit on the standard shelves behind me. So anyway, alright, so I'm just going to start. I have shown a lot of this stuff on camera in the past, but you're talking, this is almost 500 videos in, so go figure. So first is all the Jeff Buckley stuff, including the 10-inch. I'm showing this 10-inch just as an exception, but this is the Last Goodbye 10-inch I have, which has Lover You Should Come Over and Tongue as side 2. I'm not going to get into showing them all because it just will take too long. So of course I've got standard copy of Grace, which I haven't even opened. Maybe I do another Buckley video at some point, but it's not the Legacy edition, of course, which I have on CD. Someday, maybe that, I don't know if that's been issued on vinyl, like a box set, but I want it because it's got the Kangaroo Samba mix or whatever it's called. That's maybe my favorite piece on all the recordings from this era from Jeff Buckley. But the standard album that came in '94, Grace. I have Mystery White Boy, the live album, which is, I can't remember. I thought it's taken from different shows. I don't know if it's just one show, but yeah, live '95 and '96. So it's a mixture. It's like what Rush's A Show of Hands. Some other examples of live albums are taken. Great set list, of course. A lot of stuff from Grace. Has Kangaroo, which was originally a song by someone in the '60s. I forget. I remember learning about that later. A couple covers on here, but Mood Swing Whiskey, The Man That Got Away. Anyway, always like Mystery White Boy, but he has a lot of live recordings. I've got In Transition, which is a thing that arguably the estate, of course, has done a lot with, just to get these recordings out. She's kind of benefiting, his mother, Mary Gabert, but some alternate versions. Satisfied Mind. I can't remember if there's alternate versions or live. Anyway, In Transition, I don't remember what year that came out. It was not that long, because a lot of them are like record store day stuff, so from the last decade. I finally did get, a number of years ago, and I was really thrilled about it. I got a copy of Sketches from My Sweetheart the Drunk, which were in effect demos that he was working on before he died. But I love this record. I love a lot of the songs on here. Sky is a Landfill, Everybody Here Wants You, Vancouver, Nightmares by the Sea, New Year's Prayer. It's just, it's too bad it never really got finished, but as it is, it's a great collection of recordings from Jeff, which came out originally '97, but the vinyl, I don't know how long ago, it was like about 10 years ago. Then I have the Live at Sinead box set, which is the Sinead album he put out before he even put out Grace. This is almost the same as the Legacy edition of Grace, which tells me that probably is one that I need to probably seek out. But this has the Night Flight, the Zeppelin cover, and a lot of the dialogue he did. That wasn't on the standard Live at Sinead, which was only like 6 songs or something like that, or 8 songs. But yeah, I mean, he does, of course, Mojo Pin and Grace and a lot of his popular tracks in Eternal Life. But it's just him, I believe. There's no backing band, as you can see. Sinead, the cafe in some part of, I want to say it's in New York, one of the boroughs in New York, but a lot of people, including Jimmy Necco, has played there, of course. So that's my Jeff Buckley collection. Now moving on alphabetically to this special section. I do have Cloud Cult, their album The Seeker, And this is also a signed copy of it. You know, the thing is, I could be wrong, but I don't have here. There's a picture disc that I thought I had, so I mean it's somewhere here. I just don't have it here. It might be within my records or something. But the thing about Cloud Cult is that they don't issue vinyl because it's not environmentally. Maybe this is it. Oh, I'm thinking of this. Yeah, so this is a picture. I have shown this before. I'm not showing all these records, but I'll just show this. Cloud Cult hasn't issued vinyl records because environmentally it's harmful to the environment to produce vinyl. However, they made an exception for this record. It came out in 2016, and it was limited pressing, of course. I got it signed and everything. But I have read recently, like the last album, Metamorphosis, they want to issue on vinyl, but there's an environmentally friendly way to manufacture vinyl and press vinyl that's been happening recently. So someday maybe we'll get a lot of those Cloud Cult records that I love so much that I'll show on like the Albums of the Year series at some point in my CD. I have CDs on vinyl, on environmentally friendly vinyl. So all right, so that's C. Moving on, the big one, because it's all going under his name, Kevin Gilbert. So that all my Kevin Gilbert related vinyl is here, including all the stuff he played with. So I'm just gonna go over this quickly. This is my most prized one. This is the Toy Matinee original pressing that I got from the gentleman in Wisconsin after talking to him at the Shaming the True tribute at Milwaukee back in, it was like 2013. So then I have 2 copies of the recently pressed, I believe it's blue vinyl, Music on Vinyl. I bought a second just for good reason. You know, I love Toy Matinee, obviously. So here's my Shaming of the True, which I showed last year when it came out, but one of the Shaming of the Trues. I have a couple of them. One of them's right here. This feels surprisingly really light. This is just a standard. Let me get my, just so I'm sort of keeping this as organized as possible. I'm not showing these chronologically. This isn't vinyl. This was supposed to be the case. This was the original, probably intended. This is that deluxe expanded 2011 version of the CD, which book, which had, you know, the whole story and stuff. So, but then there's this version, the limited edition Shaming of the True, which has the talent on the back. So, all right, and I mean, I probably intended to show these in order, but in chronological order, but I'm not doing that. So then I've got 2 copies of Thud. One of them I've never opened. I've just kind of kept it that way. I bought 2 copies of Thud when it came out. It was like 2017. And so the more recent stuff, well, not more recent, but then, of course, I got Caviar and the NRG record, which this is limited. These were supposedly the original pressing in a vault somewhere that was found, 1984. His first band. He was in high school, and then Caviar, that just got pressed this past year. And then here's some of the extra stuff. Yep. So what I have is, so he played on the No 2 album, which Robert Farris, who wrote a bunch of songs with Kevin or by himself that Kevin recorded, including Big Heart and some of the Giraffe stuff. But this is his duo project, No 2, with Chris Kello. I got that on vinyl. I still don't have it on CD, which I want to get on CD. It's only imported. It's always never cheap. Then I have the album that he did with Eddie Money that he recorded with Eddie. Of course, he played in Eddie Money's band for a period of like 2 years. This includes the Walk on Water, 7-inch single. But yeah, this is, what is it called? It's Nothing to Lose. It came out in 86, I think it was. 86 or 87. Might have been 87. I should know this, of course. I'm the Kevin Gilbert fanatic. And then I have 2 pieces that were part of the Dick Tracy soundtrack, which with Madonna, of course, was a star in the movie and sang some, I believe, on some of the music, Warren Beatty. But he did a lot of the engineering on this. I don't know if he played any keyboards, but there's one piece I'm not showing today, which is in my 7 inches. Maybe I'll show that at some. But I also have the black or white 7-inch single, Michael Jackson, that he engineered. So, all right, moving on. That's G. I have 2 copies, the only vinyl from this band, of Caddis Flies, Horses Galloping on Sailboats, which came out in 2015. It's a really big deal. Of course, I've got the You Are the End boxer, which has a mirror. It opens up. Maybe I'll show that at a later time. I showed it on one of my earliest videos because I started doing YouTube in 2014, so it was pretty early on. So then, still experiencing the headache. I got to see the doctor in 2 days. I lean over like that, but here's my Maudlin of the Well collection. So I have the debut album from 90, was it 98 or 99? My Fruit Psycho Bells, of course. It's a double. And then the last album that they got with help, and I was a contributor, part the second. Again, I'm not much of a fan of K.O. but I don't know. There's differences. And then I've got in effect, the box set of it was like a box of sorts. Of course, unfortunately, the case itself has been bent a little bit, but which has both Leaving Your Body Map and Bath, and it also has this 7-inch. Well, I forget what the name of it is. It's not the only thing it came with. This came with a whole bunch of stuff, and I showed this many years ago on camera, but again, it's ancient YouTube history for a lot of people. But yeah, Bath, Leaving Your Body Map. It's got the back little puzzle, of course, that it's based on. Yeah, this came with. I mean, I'm not sure. My name's in here, I'm sure. List of contributors or whatever. They had to get a campaign that some guy gave them like 10 grand or something that really put it over the top. I can't remember what I contributed. Oh yeah, the guitar pick, and I have a lot of. It's weird how I'm not into K.O. but Maudlin of the Well is special to me. So I have all this stuff. This was a big deal. They came back after all those years. So I have 2 more pieces to show, because these are largely in here because they're oversized. They're just taking up too much space. But I have Amanda Palmer's album, Theater, what is it? And the Grand Theft Orchestra, actually. Theater is Evil, I believe that's. I hope I don't get a little problem with this, but this is supposed to be Theater is Evil. Yep, but the title of it doesn't really seem to. There it is. It's on there. It's on the end. Theater is Evil. Theater is Evil. Yeah, came out in 2012, but it came with this extra cover and stuff, and it just got to be too big to slot. At least, especially when I was putting my vinyl stacks together. So it's always been separate. It's an album I really like, although it's not like a special album compared to many other albums. So, then the last one is, I showed this in a video, I believe, back when it came out. 2017 or 2018. Mike Van Aert's, the Van Aert Band's second album, To Cure Blizzard Upon a Plastic Sea, which is this massive. I mean, I went the whole 9 yards because I love the Demon Joke, and while I do like this album, it doesn't. I don't like it as much as his first album, but it's kind of the whole thing. It's like the aftermath of loving a previous record, and then there's this like different versions that you make, and. So I just went the whole 9 yards, and I want to support him. Although Empire State Bastard, the thing he's doing with Simon Neil from Biffy, I'm unsure about, but I'm going to listen to it. But there's been a lot of singles. It came with a lot of stuff, but I'm not going to show everything. But yeah, so that's it for the sort of initial stack. There's one other shelf there with like soundtracks and stuff like that that's not in the sort of A to Z exactly. It'd be various artists. So I don't know if I'll be able to do another video on that soon. Oops. This is what I was afraid of. When I'll be doing that exactly. But for sure Friday morning I should have time. So maybe in the next 2 days I can try doing one of these a day. I just think because there's 700 some records here, in order to like even to cover one of these crates will be a long video. And so it's just going to be methodical. It could be 25, 30 videos. Unless the videos are going to go for 30 to 45 minutes. So, but anyway, thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and we'll see you next time.